Greetings, fellow zombie slayers, Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to the first episode of a new series playing RimWorld called Zed City. If you would like to skip the overview, scenario, characters, and setup, please use YouTube chapters, and a lot of that information can be found in the description of this video. 20 years ago, the virus was first detected. Despite being initially contained and quarantined, it mutated, and the mutated infected broke the perimeter where it spread unchecked. Governments around the world enacted martial law. Militaries were mobilized, reservists were activated, and some hotbed cities were even nuked. But nothing kept the world from descending into lawless chaos. The world's governments fell only after the first few years, and in the ashes grew violent militias, well-armed marauders, and despotic paramilitaries. The militias went to war with one another over scarce resources and isolated islands, picking one another off, which allowed some more civilized communities to start to thrive. We belonged to one such community, but the walls were sabotaged, and it was quickly overrun by the undead. We four managed to escape with only a few weapons and barely enough food to last a few days. Our faction had paid taxes and dues to the local militias before the city fell, but the local militias won't be satisfied without more tribute soon. We must build a thriving community and scavenge what little resources we can find from ruined cities to survive. We hope to build a community of at least 10 members and, if we're lucky, find a way off of this god-forsaken planet. If you would like more information about the rules, goals, additional details, storyteller, mods, or scenario, they can be found in the description of this video. So we are starting with 2 little auto pistols, a charge rifle, 8 pack of survival meals, and some gold that we salvaged from our last community, and that is it. So what I want to do is think up of a way to keep ourselves protected. There is obviously deep water, which is going to be immensely useful. So in using this immensely useful deep water, I want to build a bit of a wall, I think. And I'm going to use plans for now, but as these plans change, we might consolidate them into actual structures or modify them as we see fit. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to wall off this sort of this valley here from the Zeds to keep our community as protected as possible. Something like that is what I'm aiming to build. Alright, so with that in mind, let's set up some basic stockpiles because we only have 3 days. Hold on, it should be 3 days, unless I screwed this up. Yep, we only have 3 days until the zombies come. So the planning phase is crucial, or we'll die. To simply put it. Plan carefully or die. So I'm creating stockpiles for wood and for granite, which is a common building material that we can find amongst the ruins. And then down here, I'm also going to put uranium as well. And then over here, I'm going to start to plan out a structure sort of central to these ruins here. A simple 11 by 11 to meet our needs, you know, a basic shack. Changing the work priorities. Most of the people capable of construction need to be constructing. And then let's go ahead and put general sort of stockpile-y stuff here. And Zeusin is our crop tender. And everyone else is going to be rowing. So what I'm going to have is she is going to grab the wood. Redfield, you're going to grab granite, Guero, granite, and Stormguard. We'll have you start to grab uranium. Maybe. If I could find some. Or even steel would work. But what's going to be important is that we spend the next 3 days as efficiently as possible while trying to avoid critical moods. Because if we have like a negative mental break, that individual that has a negative mental break very easily could die. Very, very easily could die. And notifications are working. I'm just busy, so I'm not going to be looking at them. This requires a lot of careful planning, and I can't afford to be distracted, unfortunately. I'm going to purposely leave a hole in this wall for now, just for ease of access to move around. And start to lay out everything else that is required. I just overwrote one of these stockpiles. I think it was a uranium, so it was the wood stockpile. Okay. Make sure everyone's doing something that they need to be doing. Yep. And we'll get to work. Now over here in this basic starter structure, let's lay this out as well. So we are going to want a source of power, and initially wood power is going to be easy to come by, I think. But eventually we're going to want to move away from burning wood to something more sustainable and more renewable. Some layout like this will work. Oops. Okay, if I could click. There we go. So in here, a latrine and a water tub. We're also going to need some water. We can get the water from back here rather than the lake. It's a little bit more, a little bit closer. And yeah, I'm going to let the builders start to construct the wall. Thank you all for the love in the activity feed. Cheers. So Zeusin is starting to cut down the trees that block the initial cabin. Redfield and Guerrero already getting to work on the wall. And then Stormguard is hauling in extra materials. Stormguard's a jogger, so I'm going to have her do a lot of the hustling in order to try to haul things into position. And right off the bat, we're going to want a place to eat, sleep, recreate. It doesn't need to be fancy. It just needs to prevent our people from having mental breakdowns. And then we also have a severely limited amount of food. So that is going to be another emergency pretty early on as well. To get some hunting done. So to get power running and get a cooler running is going to be pretty critical, I think. So speaking of which, Stormguard, go grab some components instead of more granite. There's a lot of ruins everywhere, as you can see. And actually, Stormguard, I'm going to have you, oops, caravan this stuff. So that we can make fewer trips. This time is of the essence. How loaded down are you? Got a little bit more weight. Okay, there we go. How's Junior doing? He's doing well. We're doing some land clearing here to try to free up space for a basic barracks. Someone's gonna get a really nice bed. And this northern wall is getting built first. Cool. Alright, Stormguard. I should have made you drop the caravan stuff. So let's do that again. And let's go grab some wood and haul some steel. I'm going to leave her in caravan for a bit. Before people start eating raw food, I'm going to take that off the diet. I'm going to call this no raw. And then for outfits, for medicine, we'll drop it down to herbal for now. And for outfits, I'm going to say nothing tattered. And because I see some flat clothing slows you down and speed is everything. So I'm going to remove flak from the possible clothing to be worn. So this western wall is really coming together pretty quick, which is awesome. Zeusin is clearing the hell out of this area here. And Stormguard is continuing to haul things into position. Perfect. Getting the bridges built. And for the wooden bridges, I'm having twice as many of them because they're, you know, very fragile comparatively. All right, you are trying to play billiards. So I think what I'm going to do now is create zoning. And this zone is just to keep the constructors constructive. So it's going to be everybody except for Stormguard, because I don't want them running off into the ruins to recreate or to haul things. I want them sticking around home, because it's really not important for them to run off to the ruins. All right, you need food. Little snack break. All right, so Stormguard, let's go back here and grab another load of wood and steel. Now I'm going to start to get dining going and some basic recreation because morale is vitally important to prevent people from having breakdowns, which is going to happen if I'm not catering to their needs. All right, drop that wood. What else can I grab? Here's some steel. Steel is also one of those things that I'm going to need obvious abundance of, and it's going to be challenging to come by as a result of the fact that that there is no steel that can be mined. I think that's all of them set to deconstruct. We've got 2 days and 12 hours until zombies come. All right, Red, I think I would rather get a toilet going. And beds. It is getting dark. All right, we'll do an occupancy check so nobody gets embarrassed. Throw a few beds together. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get the walls of the beds up, but what I'm going to do for now is keep people on a permanent work schedule so that I can stop them from sleeping, like, outside in the cold. And Stormguard's just about done caravanning. Redfield, go grab that bed. She's gonna need some sleep and recreation. Washing up in the river, in the lake. All right, let's try to get the walls up so we can sleep inside. And Stormguard, yeah, you'll take the royal bed. It's a little ruined, but you need some sleep. All right, we're officially inside. So now that we have an inside area, I'm going to put everyone back on normal schedule so they can sleep. Hi, bud. And the next order of business is also hunting too. because we're going to be out of food very shortly if I don't. So we'll set up a corpse stockpile for non-insect animals. Call it the butchery. And then we're going to want to get some sort of stove. I might be able to find one or build one. I think in this case I'm going to fetch one from out here because it costs... We can find one. Because it costs... steel and components. Oh, here's one. It's kind of far away, so maybe I'll just build one from scratch. The AC units are not claimed yet, and I don't want to claim them yet. So they're not serving a purpose at the moment. I also don't have power, so it's moot. Someone's going to be hungry real early. So, Stormguard, I'm going to have you go hunting. There are alpaca nearby. And that means getting a stove up and running pronto. So Zeusin, you can start to deliver the materials. You're not a constructor, but at least you can help with the delivery. All right, Redfield, you are a constructor. So let's get this wall up. And then I had home zones on automatic. I'm going to remove that designation. Actually, everything inside the perimeter walls is fine to be repaired. A lot of it is not claimed, so it's not going to be repaired by me automatically. Alright, so now we've got this little area here, which we'll be able to do some cooking. I don't need 2 AC. Doesn't get that kind of hot here. And we'll drop it down to 1. Get the butchery going and get our first meals. All right. Butcher creature until, let's say, 100 meat. And drop. And then for simple meals, we'll do until we have 10, drop. Stockpile here. This is going to be preferred for foods and herbal med. And this is going to say no herbal meds and no foods. All right, at this point, let's claim everything that's inside the starting area and get cooking. So we're gonna get hungry pretty quick. Stormguard, what are you working on? You are washing in the tub. Instead, could you bring a battery over? You're standing next to it, and we'll fix it up. Cheaper than making a battery from scratch. Alright, we are working on the chimney and working on getting power to the base. I am going to forbid the floors for now, because they're not as important as the perimeter. And stick a roof over the battery, so it doesn't explode. Alright. It is time to start working on that southern wall before zombies eat us. Storm Guard's going to continue to hunt. And I'll have Guero break down the walls that are in the way. And then have Zeusin chop the trees that are in the way, as the constructors aren't very good at that. Once she's awake. Alright. This air conditioning unit set to 16 Fahrenheit. So it starts to chill the meat that's in there. Keep it frozen. We have 1 day, 12 hours, day and a half. It's a lot of progress that needs to be made if we are not to be eaten. Up here, we probably don't need this stockpile of granite anymore. Of Redfield, do that. And Stormguard's bringing in granite from afar. Good. Guero, back to work. All right. Guero, I want you to start laying down some extra granite walls. Now, the big important ones are the perimeter ones. These here. These are more important than the others. So I can prioritize what needs to be done for a tight perimeter before what is desired to be done. Some are, you know, more urgent than others. Where are you? Oh, okay. You're grabbing wood from stupid spots. Got it. My mod list is here. The full mod list. It's posted and known. So if you have questions about the mod list, you can just look at it. That's 100% of what I'm running. Okay. Redfield. I am going to put a temporary stockpile here for wood. Were you sleeping? Yeah, you're trying to sleep. That's fine. I'm gonna have Zeusin clear the trees that are in the way. And have the plant tender start delivering materials that are around. Alright, that ibex is looking pretty tasty too. That will be next. Okay. The west wall is almost fully enclosed. Stormguard, you need to eat, which means Redfield, you need to cook. Redfield, I am going to set your cooking to a higher priority. Stormguard, go for some granite, if we can find it. Is granite? I can use other blocks, just granite's tougher, which is why I'm preferentially choosing granite over others. Because every hit point counts when zombies are coming to swarm your walls. Here's some granite. That's a little far. I'm a little worried about your mood as you're running there. Because you're hungry. But we'll see. Yeah, there are no DLCs whatsoever in this. Not a one. Just cancel that. It's visually easier in the eyes that way. Let's get a little bit of light. There we go. Alright, Stormguard, have yourself a meal. Can't afford you to lose it. And you want to play billiards? Yeah, that's not happening. But counter offer, go find more things to haul. How about some steel? Oh, is this? Yep, there's some granite. All right, we got 19 hours until the zombies come. Granite, that's probably not worth the trip. Everything about this scenario is default Crashlander modified, so you can extrapolate from that information if you want. Alright, so worst case scenario, we do have at least a wooden wall exterior now. So we're airtight, if you will. I will have to repaint the zones, but, you know, airtightness, very good. And we'll continue to add. We do need a little bit of the western wall. That's not going to be too tough to do. "17 hours. Alright, I brought this granite robot in just to break it down. You should not be relaxing socially out there. It's not where you belong. So there's one hole here that needs to be patched up. I just have it open so that it's easier to travel out that way. And I'm going to have Redfield continue to work on the entryway. Not a lot of time left. How's our food? Oh, lightning revealed some areas. And a cold snap. Ah, good. You know, why not? Little cold snap early on. Yep, this fire is really wrecking some stuff. Copy that. Any other granite block stacks around. I could start stone cutting. I think getting that full entryway corridor is unlikely in the next 12 hours. Unless I find some easily accessible granite. Alternatively, I could make it into out of a more inferior stone. And I think that's not unreasonable to do, given the time constraints. So we've got some slate. Got plenty of slate. So let's do it out of slate. Oh, we got a manhunter pack of snow hares. Okay. Well, if that's the case, this exterior wall is not going to be finished, and I'm going to change the home zone to stay out of the way of the many snow hares that are coming to eat us. And then I also need to patch the one hole here before they breach. So they're coming towards Stormguard. Got it. Alright, we have a full perimeter. And in a minute, everyone will be accounted for inside the walls. And this is why you want a full perimeter as fast as you can. Okay, well, don't have a lot of food, so that's going to be a problem. I think the best way to deal with the lack of food is to try to kill off the hares so that we can gain access to the animals that are on the map tile. Because we'll starve if we allow the snow hares to bully us out. The other thing I could do is any animals that are inside our walls, I could just kill off for food now. I also want to clean up the area, because it's full of random sort of, let's call it junk. Ruins and the like, to clean all that up so that it's not in the way. Cheers. It revealed more of the ruins getting burned down. It's quite the fire. "7 hours till zombies start to arrive." Gonna call this slag and chunks. Thank you for watching RimWorld Zed City, which originally streamed live on Twitch October 1st. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams, including this one. If you would like to join my online gaming community on Discord, a link to Discord can be found on my website or in the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching, and a special thank you to my Patreon patrons, Twitch subscribers, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow survivors.